What has it been like working on this brand new musical based on this iconic film?
Oh, it's been amazing. I've actually been a part of this process for like 3 or 4 years now because I was a part of the first 2 readings that we've had since 2021. So it's been like I was waiting all throughout the pandemic for this, and now it's finally here.
To quote the play, it's finally
Exactly.
here. It's a day. Yeah, I had a bit of a different experience, and this came to me sort of in the last moments, and I was so cosmically thrilled to jump on in. And as soon as I got here and met everybody, and then really when I put the wig on, it just felt very, very right. And so it felt like, serendipity intervened, and here we all are.
Oh my God, it's a dream come true for so many reasons. I grew up watching the VHS that my sister brought home of this movie again and again. So just getting to do Empire Records at all is so amazing. And I'm a child of the 90s, getting to write music that sort of pays homage to that time. And then here it's my hometown. I grew up coming to shows at this theater. I literally grew up going to the Princeton Record Exchange, down the street, and I see my parents, on a lunch or dinner break, I go see my parents. And I got married here. I got to get married in my hometown during rehearsals. So it's just been amazing and wild and just special.
These are such beloved roles. Everybody knows the movie and everything else. So talk about who you play and what you love about her.
Yeah, I play Corey, and I found out that Corey is actually based on Carol, our book writer.
Come on.
And that just warms my heart because I'm bringing all the spunky nerdiness and lovability to the character.
I just learned that right now. That's awesome. Cool, I could see it. Well, Rex, our Rex is a bit of an absurd human, but I really strove to humanize him and bring some pathos, and so that sort of juxtaposition of ego and existential ego crush is where he sort of is finding himself, and that is a really delicious place to live whilst dressed in an absolutely silly costume.
Talk about your book writer who also wrote the film.
Yeah, Carol Heikkinen. First of all, she's a genius. She's a comic genius. There's these moments where you'll read something on the page and you're like, that is insane and hilarious. And who thought of this alien line? She's just amazing and brilliant. And what's so special about it is we really wanted to revisit the piece and sort of structure it to be a musical and let it have a narrative structure that fit the theater. And that meant new scenes, new moments, etc. And when she writes these characters, they're so authentically themselves because they so came from her that we can write a new scene and it still feels so authentic to the movie. And by having her voice in the room at all times, we've really, I think, made something new that still feels really right in the world.
When I first encountered this, I knew it was something that we needed to consider here at McCarter, and I'm so glad that we said yes to it. Audiences are absolutely loving it, and it's so on brand for McCarter right now. It is joyful. It is so relevant. It's so just beautifully welcoming, and I love that it's a story about finding belonging, because I think that theater is such an important place for us to come together and find that belonging together, and also just have a ton of fun. And as the team has talked about this piece being a joy bomb, I think that's what I've certainly experienced, and I know our audiences are experienced as well. We've got people who have long loved this film and are so excited to see it in a musical incarnation, and it's really special that, of course, Carol Heikkinen wrote both the film and the book for this. But there's also tons of people who never have seen Empire Records who are also loving it in this first encounter. So I think it's really a testament to this creative team that they're able to invite both audiences in and create such a satisfying experience for both audiences.
The fan base that is coming to this show, of course, is it's of all different ages and everything else, because everybody loves this film. Have you been able to sort of meet some of the fans, or you hear them in the house?
Oh, we hear them, we see them. They're wearing the Empire Records t-shirts. We love them, and they keep coming back, so it's really great.
Yeah, they keep, you'll get like a hoot and a holler, or even like an applause when a direct quote from the film is said, so you're like, oh, there's one, they got it. Or, yeah, you see some folks with like homemade merch. I don't know if you've seen homemade merch, but like OG homemade merch. So like folks from the 90s who were just super fans of the film coming out to see this with their 90s homemade merch is
I thought we sold those.
No. I feel like, should there be more life, there's a huge merch opportunity.
What do you hope audiences take away after seeing the musical?
I hope they feel that we bring them the joy that this film brought me when I was a kid, watching it over and over on VHS, and that they feel the sense of community. The piece is so much about having a home that, when you don't necessarily realize it, you look around and you say, this is a family that we have here. And also, I hope they feel like it's a piece that celebrates being in person with an art form like music, like theater, that there's something about sitting in a room with people in real time, and spaces like record stores and theaters that we have to celebrate and save them, So I think that's really special too.